It's time for Carole and Carmella on The Buzz, One Voice Radio.
Hey. Welcome to the Buzz Talk Show. I'm your girl, Carmella.
And I am your girl, Carole.
What's up, you girl?
What's going on?
So guess what?
What?
You're tuning in to what?
OneVoiceRadio.com.
What? We're swinging on
YouTube.
Hey, y'all. Hey.
What's up, you all?
Oh, child. Guess what else?
What?
First of all, I say first.
First.
Of all, it's the first of the week.
You all, it's March the 1st.
First of the month.
Wake up, hey.
Get up. It's the first of the month. Wake up.
Wake up, get up, whatever.
Right.
She is so excited.
We can say it a month. Y'all talk that too.
Mm-hmm.
And talk day. I hope y'all feeling better. So it's so much going on.
Absolutely.
A fresh start. It's the first of the month. It's Wednesday. Y'all listening to us.
Can y'all tell she hype today? She look extra hype today.
Extra. Guess what?
What?
It's Wednesday.
Hey!
It's Wednesday.
Hey! You all, I mean, this is all we know. This is how we do it.
Y'all know
It was coming. It was coming. They also knew what else was coming.
Commercial.
They knew it was coming. So we got to tell you how you can find us.
Oh, I told you in the first reading, we're on YouTube and we're on One Voice Radio.
Yay!
That's the web, but also we have the app. So come on over, download the app to your mobile device. That's either Apple or Android. And listen to us or listen to music and other podcasts. Just go download it. Put it on your work editor. We want you to hear it. We want you to hear it. Oh, we're on YouTube, you guys. For those that did not know, go on, follow us, subscribe, however you do. Just go on over to YouTube. That is the Buzz Talk Show with Carole and Carmella, so you can see all of our good shows and other videos that we post. We have our official website, which is the Buzz Talk Show as well. All of our shows are over there, from whatever topic that you want to look at. It gives you the description what it is. So just click and play and tell a friend.
Because we be what? Buzzy.
Y'all know. Y'all already know. That's what everything is. The Buzz.
Okay.
So we're on TikTok. That is the Buzz Twins. Because we ain't cutting them over there. Somebody already had talk show. So we did the Buzz Twins because, you know, that's our skill. That's what we do. Facebook. We have a like page. Then we have a group. You have to ask or request to be in the group, and we accept early.
Mm-hmm.
So come on.
In the room.
Yeah,
join us.
Everybody. And lastly, we are on Instagram. You can go on over there and follow us, like, subscribe, however you do it over there too. No, man, just come on over.
Come on over. It's all good. It's all good.
It's all good.
Exactly. I think it's the first of the month thing that's just got her just all bubbly today. You know, it's March 1st, you all. I mean,
hey, we closed out February. You know, with Black History Month. We're red.
Mardi Gras. We closed out that this past weekend, you all. So, you know, before we could even say, how was your weekend? Yeah, we had a ball this weekend. Hung out a little bit, did a little Mardi Gras because, you know, they was doing it. We absolutely were. Had a good time. But it is March the 1st. We was just saying Happy New Year. Then we was Valentine and all this kind of stuff. You all, it's 3 months in. It is March the 1st. So our question, as we always ask you, how you doing right now? What you got going on right now? Right about now with your New Year's, you know, we're not saying resolutions, but a lot of people still do resolutions. but your New Year's goals and all that kind of stuff. Because I don't care what we do, how we come on, we try to talk about what's going on in the news and all that kind of stuff. But we got to hit you with, motivation and encouragement to just keep you inspired. Because it's not just for you, all it's for us too.
Yeah, everybody needs an inspiration. Like we said on other shows, speakers have motivational speakers that they listen to.
Absolutely.
So you got to keep growing.
Keep growing. Keep growing.
It's stuff that you may know, but it may be a different twist to it, and stuff you may not know.
Absolutely.
So
so today we just took it upon ourselves. We was like, you know what? Let's just use this as a topic. And that topic today that we want to talk about is what, Carmella?
Priorities.
What are your priorities, you all? Seriously, what are your priorities? First of all, let's dig into what is priority.
So I got Uncle Gal.
My friend, my cousin.
Just for now.
Okay.
We got Uncle Gal, and the definition says a thing that is regarded as more important than others. Important.
More important than others. Your priorities. And you all, that can go in so many different avenues, whether it's your business, whether it's your relationship. That can go, there's a wide, who puts you in, are you their priority? If you're not their priority, then you want to think about that thing. They'd rather go out to dinner. Go out to the game with the fellas and go out to dinner with you. You might not be their priority. Yeah. So, but the other question that we have for you on this priority is, what
are your priorities different from what they were 10 years ago?
So 10 years ago, think about that. We want to use this as a homework assignment. We don't want you to turn it in, but it's strictly for you. No one's going to know that answer but you. But think about it. How old were you 10 years ago? What were you doing 10 years ago?
Well, let me elaborate a little.
Hold on for you to elaborate. And are you doing the same thing you were doing 10 years ago? See, that's a good thing. Now go ahead. What you want to do?
So elaborate for me on 10 years is I was in my early 20s, just starting out life, experiencing life. It's so much that I learned from 10 years ago. I'm definitely not in the same place I was 10 years ago. As far as buying a car, finding jobs, or having my own business. It's so much that has changed, even within a year. But 10 years, I can say I see growth. I see gray hair. So, yes, a lot has changed for me in 10 years. I had a business then doing nails and stuff like that, but I found that I was allergic to products. So now I'm still doing some of those things, but I venture off to now doing, accessories, clothes. I'm still doing my own thing, but it's in a different avenue.
Well, let me elaborate. Because 10 years ago, I was in my early 20s.
Both of us came in our early 20s.
Was that really that hilarious?
Well, you started off the same as I did, and we were not in our early 20s at the same.
Well, anywho, I won't tell what I was. We're not twins. So I'm just saying, you want to start off your early life, hey.
Okay.
But seriously, you got to figure out what your priorities are. I'm not the same person I was in January 2023. I'm just saying, you've got to continue to change, to evolve, to just grow. And I can promise you, there's some things in 2023 I was thinking about January that is March now that I'm like, okay, no. So it's changing. You have to do that. And it's a growth process. For some people, you might have been doing something 10 years ago that you be like, well, in the next 10 years, I want to do this. And you've totally changed that 10 times since then. That's okay. But then there are some people that whatever they was doing 10 years ago, they're still doing the same thing. Their priorities have not changed. Their goals have not changed. Nothing has changed. You know, you're kind of stuck in that same situation. And when we're, like I said, when we're talking about priorities, they're not just saying as far as business wise. It can be, like you say, relationship wise. Ladies, if you've been trying to get married to this same person for 10 years and they still have not proposed and they have no, you know, what are your priorities? What are you, where is it that you want to find yourself? Now, for some people, that's okay because some people date 20 years and then decide to get married. To each his own. But you got some people who don't want to date for 2 years. They're ready to say, let's do it. I want your last name. I want, but what are your priorities as far as that's concerned? What are your priorities as far as your business is concerned? Because, we talk about that all the time.
Oh.
If you sit up and say you have a business, and let's say, for instance, on a Saturday morning, you have a Zoom training at 10 o'clock, but then you get an email from Bath and Body Works that they got a 75% off sale Saturday morning at 10 o'clock. What is your priority? Are you going to Bath and Body Works to get that 75% off? Or are you going to get on that training to get the knowledge and the wisdom that you need? I'm just saying. Because, I just use those two as an example, but it's the truth. Because some people, your priorities are not in the right place. But that's you. That's your life. That's your life to live.
I like to say as well, we're speaking on priorities, but let's speak on life as well. Life is not the same from 10 years ago, so your profession and everything else changes. The clothes aren't the same. People that do hair, they're not still doing the same hairstyles from 10 years ago. It's not like French rolls, stuff like that.
That you have to,
Just saying.
somebody.
But some stuff still, it re-evolves, but it looks different. So back then, how the French rolls were back then, they're not the same now. They look different. They look better. How we wear braids, we weren't wearing these same braids back in the day. They change up, so you have to change up with life. Even clothes, okay, bell bottoms been out for years, but the same bell bottoms that was out way back then, they're not out now.
They came back. Don't you do the bell bottom?
It's a different swag to it. So everything still is, it re-evolves, but it's a different look to it. So are you re-evolving? Right.
Okay, are you evolving with life? Okay. Are your priorities the same as they were 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 2 years ago? Think about it. That's a homework assignment. I want you you all, to go and just write this and think about what you were doing 10 years ago and what you're doing now. Have you evolved? Have your priorities changed? Are you doing the same thing today that you were doing 10 years ago? I mean, if it's for the better, of course, absolutely. Because that's what you want to strive to do. You want to continue to get better. Once you think you've reached the top, there's always room for growth. Always. Always room for growth, regardless of what it is that you're doing. Just like she said, a hairstylist or a nail tech or whatever. Some of the designs that they were doing 10 years ago, they're not doing now. Or if they are, they've added so much more to it. We could even say like T-shirts. We do T-shirts. 10 years ago, it was just a regular T-shirt. Now they got 3D T-shirts and all this kind of stuff. So things are constantly changing, a lot of times for the better. So you have to change with it. But again, what are your priorities? You've got to figure that out first. So that's what I want your homework assignment to be, to just write, what are your priorities? Where were you 10 years ago as opposed to where you are now?
And another question is, how often should your priorities change? Because, okay, you say you want to start this business, that means your priorities about to shift. Yeah, you got your job, but that means you need to start putting more time into your business. That's priority.
Yeah, and I don't think it's a answer to how often should your priorities change, because for some people they don't change.
Right.
For some people they change daily or weekly, or like I said, it's some things that I was thinking about in January that I'm like, now my priorities have changed a little bit on that. Right. So it's kind of hard to say how often that they should change depending upon what you're doing and what priority we're talking about, because like we said, There's so many different priorities that we could be talking about, but we're more so right now leaning towards your business, your lifestyle, your priorities.
Apartment to a home, going to this car, no car, no to a car, no, it's a difference. But before, you just get in a ride. Now you got monthly payments. Went from renting, so now you own, and anything that breaks down happens. It's up to you to get things, to get your yard done. The priorities is shit.
Because even with that, and elaborate on that some people don't have that same priority, just like you're saying with apartments. Some people love apartment living because you don't have to cut grass. If, like you said, if something breaks down, they're gonna fix it. That's their job to fix it or whatever. But there's pros and cons to both sides of it. So you have some people who are in an apartment, move to a home, and then go back to an apartment because especially if they get to a certain age or whatever, or just look at it like, you know what, cutting this grass, getting this fixed, the hot water heater and bus, the sink, and then all this kind of stuff, and you're like, I'm better off in an apartment. So your priorities on different aspects of that. It may not necessarily be, okay, well, I want this car as opposed to this car. I want this house as opposed to this. It's what works best for you and yours. But you still have to have your goals and, as to what you're trying to do. Like we said, if apartment living is better for you, then by all means, please do, because that's why they have it. You're not just saying, oh, okay, well, I just want to be in a house. Everybody don't want to be in a house.
Yeah, everybody has different priorities. Like you say, from your business to going to school to your kids. Some people are raising their kids the same because the times have changed.
Right.
What you did back when they did may not work for the child you have now.
Exactly.
So your priorities on how you do multiple different things. It's just your mindset.
Some people, did she go into the mindset, what we're talking about, Mr. Sam Orman's book that you can get on Amazon? Please go get that, the mindset. But yeah, some people, back in the day, everybody was in public schools. Now, so many people are in private schools. So many people are in homeschooling because it's not like it was then. There's so much going on in schools these days that, a lot of parents are like, I'm just going to homeschool my child. Or I'm going to put my child in private school for whatever reason, whether it's the education that they're getting or not getting, or just all of the other things that's going on in the, schools or whatever. But things are changed. What are your priorities?
So this is something I did not know until recently. The kids now have different drills. Back then it was just tornado, fire drill. Now you have like bomb threat, active shooter. It's a lot of different drills that the kids have to learn.
Because things have changed. Because now you have bomb threats and active shooters. So they need to know, the teachers, the staff need to know what to do in this instance. So yeah, priorities have changed as far as that's concerned. But like we said, there's so many ways that we can go with this as far as your priorities. But as we often say on the radio station, we try to encourage you. We try to motivate you. We just try to talk to you, because some people literally, we've been heard in over 170 countries. And as we said, if you don't have someone that's on that same level with you or on a higher level with you to help motivate you and encourage you, maybe you only get it when you tune into the buzz. That might be your only inspiration and encouragement, because everybody doesn't think the same.
Right.
They don't. They do not. Trust me. Everybody does not think the same. So your priorities are not going to be the same.
You might write down the exact same thing, but it may be in a different order because someone may think this is more important. It needs to be at the top of the list, or somebody else it may be at the bottom.
Think about it. Yeah. Absolutely. Think about that. So your homework assignment is to just think about your priorities. What was important to you 10 years ago? Is that still important to you now? If it is, what are you going to do about it? As we said, 2 months are already into 2023, you all. Time is waiting on no one. So much is happening in the world. I mean, you just wouldn't believe some of the things that I mean, and a lot of times people say, I don't watch the news because it's just always bad things that's happening in the news. I will watch the news because I need to know what's going on. I need to know what's going on in the world. I mean, I can't change it, but at least I'm aware. of what's going on.
That's the thing that changed. You basically watch the news, but in the millennial area, what we have going on, I have the app, so I get notifications on stuff that's going on.
So she get it on TikTok or YouTube, Facebook. I'll be like,
Yeah,
really?
Facebook is really helpful because you do get updates and stuff from that. But I do have the app to where I get breaking news, just news regardless, weather alerts, all of that. But it's on your mobile device, babe.
Yeah. Priorities. I watch the news. Yeah, I don't, but anywho, I want to give my what for this, my quote quote. Absolutely. And guess what? It says, to change your life, you need to change your what? Priorities. See how I did that? To change your life, you need to change your priorities. That's only to the people that want to change your life, though. If you don't want to change your life, don't change your priorities. Not everybody. You'll be surprised. Some people are content with what they have, what they're doing, how they're living. There is some people that I don't.
It's down to weight loss or anything.
Some people are content with their size. Just give me something else. What else? I'm not saying everybody, but some people are content with their job or their business or their income or their home, their car, their family. Everybody does not want to make changes in their life. You will be surprised. Think about that. You would think, well, it's something that everybody, maybe not.
I don't know. I'm like, yeah, wild hair, that's you.
Yeah, but that's the difference in some people who want to make changes. Like we said, some people are just totally content with the way that they're living life, the way that they're doing. And, I don't care what you say. I don't care what you're doing, how you doing it. They content. It's like, if it's not broke, why fix it? But I'm like, because it can be better. But that's my opinion. And again, my opinion is literally just that, my opinion. And that's their opinion. So, no one can tell you your opinion. So, that's just me. I know I'm constantly trying to grow and evolve and just, get things better, get life better, all the way around. So, but that's not the case for everybody.
The first question was 10 years ago. Like I said, I was in my early 20s. So,
me too. Yeah, go ahead.
If I were in the same place I was, like I said, I was just finding myself with my business and
but that's your mindset. That is your mindset.
You're absolutely right. I write down goals, Some people might not write down their goals. They just not about how to have them. But, like I said, 10 years ago, I was not the same person.
Do you have the same mindset that you had 10 years ago? Some people do. I'm telling you, some people do. So everybody's different. Right. Everybody's different. People live life different. They have different life experiences, as you said. But you can't, we don't knock the ones that don't. We, hey, do you. Just do you. But yeah, we just wanted today to talk about priorities. Like we said, the first of the year, what was your goals, your resolutions, and whatever it is that you were going to do? Do you still have those priorities? Have you made a priority to whatever it is that you listed that you wanted to do?
Something that was at the bottom of the list, like the top there.
Yeah. So what are your priorities? Your homework assignment, do you still have the same priorities that you had 10 years ago? I hope something has been, alleviated off of that list and that you're, moving on with it or whatever. But again, teachers on. And our thing is to encourage you and motivate you and to continue to have you listen to onevoiceradio.com, you all. Put it out there, let everybody know about it, share it, whatever, because it has more than just the buzz, as we said, it has other podcasts that's on, but it has music, good music, has gospel music and R&B and just blues and just music. Yeah, okay. And you can listen to it very well in over 170 different countries. And with that being said, Carmella is going to give you our closing information, and we're going to buzz on out of here for today. Okay, see? Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, of course, we came to you guys about priorities. So if you so choose, please email us. That is the buzztalk41@gmail.com. If you want to throw out there a yes or no if your priorities changed your mind, that's up to you. Like I said, it's a rhetorical question. You don't have to. So that's email. You can also find us on Facebook. We have a like page and we have a group. Come on over to the group. We'll accept you. Instagram, that is the Buzz Talk Show. Like, subscribe. I can't remember which one it is. Follow.
It's so many, you all.
Yeah, it's the Buzz on TikTok. It's the Buzz Twins. So make sure you add the twins on there so you can find us. This one here, y'all think she come up on the show. It's a whole different atmosphere on TikTok. Please go on and get you a nice laugh. Like, comment, interact. We interact, back with you guys. We have our official website, which is the Buzz Talk Show. All of our shows are listed on there. If you want to go, if this is your first time hearing our show, go on over and listen to some others. We get into detail about certain stuff. We're on YouTube. If you can't see us,
go on over to YouTube.
So you can see what we're doing on
YouTube. And make this your priority, you all, to subscribe.
Because you never know what we may give you every week. And like you said, you can find us on onevoiceradio.com every Wednesday, over in 170 countries. Don't know the time zone, but
you can find us.
You can find us or go back and listen on YouTube and our actual website, which is the Buzz Talk Show with Carole and Carmella. We enjoy you guys every week. Thank you guys for already following us. Those that follow, like, subscribe, comment. We thank y'all. We appreciate the love. Tell a friend and tell a friend, because we just like to have fun, motivate, encourage, all of it.
You do. That's what we just do every Wednesday. We just come and just give you all some love. And it's the first of the month. It is time to buzz on up out of here for this week, you all. What? Until next time, we out.